put this show together. Give it up for Jeff Schaeffer, guys. Head of Comedy Incorporated.
Keep going for you. Forgive me, guys. He's working his ass off tonight. So listen, I wrote all these really smart, funny jokes about really important stuff. But I really just want to talk about vaginas for 10 minutes. Is that cool, guys? We like vaginas around here? Round of applause for vaginas? Yeah! You guys like vaginas? Do you like them? I think they're fucking gross. What is going on down there? It doesn't even look like the good sandwiches from Arby's. You know what I'm saying? Girls will be like, I can't believe you guys always want to have butt sex. At least we know why that smells so awful. Your vagina is like a weird brewery tour that I want no part of. You're laughing too hard. Is this your girlfriend here? You heard a lot of shit, bro. You heard a lot of shit. Remember the first time you saw a vagina? Do you remember the first time? You don't? Well, it could be tonight. Probably not, but I remember it so well. Like the first time, you're like face to face with a vagina. Like it's right there. And it's like someone handed you a Rubik's Cube with no stickers. Like, figure this out. You're going to be judged on everything that happens right now for the rest of your life. Maybe that's just Long Island vagina. I don't know. I am from Long Island. A few of us are, it seems like, which is cool. I actually just got to do a show in my old high school. Southampton High School. I got to do a comedy show. Yeah, round of applause. Graduating high school. Some of you obviously haven't. That's fun. And I did show that. It brings back a lot of memories. You know, a lot of cool stuff. You know, you remember playing sports. You know, and drinking in the parking lot, and the freshmen. Remember the hot freshmen? Every year, hot freshmen. Like it was great. It was the best part. Every year, more hot freshmen. I always got in trouble with the teachers. They'd be like, Mr. Schaeffer, you gotta stop making out with the freshmen. I'd be like, why? Because you're 30. Leave those little boys alone. Whatever. High school was great though. High school, like, the biggest problem I had in high school was that I had the shittiest Discman around. You guys remember that? Everybody else had that really cool yellow one. You guys remember that? Yeah, like the sport one. People could run marathons with that Discman. Mine, like, if I farted, it'd skip 4 songs. And everything was better when we were younger and cooler. Like, I'm sure you're all on Facebook, right? Like, remember how great Facebook used to be? When we were more fun? Like, Facebook used to be great because we were great. Like, I like some of my friends, I'm friends with this girl, Tamara, right? Just the other day, she put on Facebook, she's like, sitting home on a Friday with my hubby, I love it so much. That's Facebook now. 10 years ago, she put on Facebook, that's a lot of dicks. 10 years. 10 years. Goodness. You guys having a good time? You enjoying the comedy show tonight? Yeah, right? I do want to let you know I am selling a CD after the show. It's a used Pearl Jam CD. It's Vitology. Yeah, no one likes that album. Cut you a deal. I have a little brother who's 19, and he looks at me as a guy who's older and assumes I kind of have my stuff together, which you guys can tell that is obviously not true. So he comes to me, and he's like, Jeff. I'm like, what's up, Joe? He's like, I need you to tell me everything you know about sex. I'm like, Joey, this is going to be a very short story. But I knew he needed the help. Like, I knew it, because I caught him masturbating, which is okay, that happens. But the weird part was, for material, he was using the instructions inside the box of tampons. So I know, he needed my help. And he's like, Jeff, do you use a condom every time? And I'm like, Joey, I used a condom the first 10 times I had sex. He's like, then what happened? I'm like, then I threw that condom out. He got a little confused, and I knew he needed the help because of the tampon thing. So I said, all right, you know what, Joe? Condoms are like seatbelts. You're supposed to wear one every time. But nobody does. And he laughed a little bit, just like that, you know, just a little bit. He's like, cops should give out tickets for that shit. I'm like, Joey, they give out babies for that shit. So much worse than any condom I've ever gotten. I am in my 30s. I mentioned I'm not married, so I'm getting a lot of advice recently about how to pick up chicks, which is okay, but most of the advice is coming from my girlfriend. So she heard that story about my little brother, and she's like, oh, baby, can we afford a pregnancy? I'm like, sweetheart, we can't afford the test. But we have been together, 4.5 years now. Round of applause for her, because dealing with me for that long, that's a mess right there. We finally did the hall pass thing. Are there any couples here that I can see? Anybody? No, great. Bunch of single people, too. Let's all make out later. Great. So we did the hall pass thing. And those of you who don't know the hall pass thing, what it is you get to pick anybody you want, and you can have sex with them, and there's no, repercussions. It's awesome. You pick anybody you want. It's really cool. So I go to her. I said, all right, baby, who do you pick? Who's your hall pass? And she goes, well, I pick Mike Rowe. I'm like, Mike Rowe? The guy from Dirty Jobs? The Ford commercials, Dirty Jobs. You pick Mike Rowe. Of all the people, I pick your sister. Now I can have sex with myself anytime I want. And she can no longer find the instructions to her tampons. But as a relationship, something happens when you get to this point. And I wish, guys, you could speak to this, but we lose all the power in the relationship. We had it when we were younger. When we were in high school and college, we had all the power, and it was great. When I was in college, I told a girl my sperm tasted like the filling inside a Cadbury cream egg. Her only response was, really? And I said, well, there's only one way to find out. And when she replied, that's power. That's power now. Now there's no power. You guys are obviously a couple over here. Who has the power in this relationship?
Of course you do.
That's the right. No hesitation. That's good. Some guys try to pretend. I don't know. You know. I like it. I like it. So this is how I know. So it's a Saturday afternoon. You got the day off, and she looks at you and says, honey, what do you want to do today? What's your answer?
Whatever you want.
That's the answer, every guy. What do you want to do? And that's not true. We know what we want to do. We want to play golf. We want to get drunk. And we want to have sex. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
God damn it, we'll do any one of those things by ourselves and be great at it. So I say when we go home, we take the power back. Next time you're in a relationship, you take the power. Am I right, guys? Are you with me? Are we going to do this? We're going to take the power? Yeah! I like it. That's what I'm going to do. First, I got a little laundry to put away. Then I'll do the thing about the power. But when you start dating someone, it's been a while for me, but they go to you, they're like your buddies, your close friends. They're like, hey man, don't let her change you, bro. Don't let her change who you are, bro. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm pretty gross. If she wants to change me, I should probably be okay with that. Before I met her, if I had a stain in my toilet, I just peed on it real hard till it went away. I've pooped in a litter box, okay? But I have never owned a cat, so you gotta think about these things. And the worst thing about me, we've been friends for 9 minutes. The worst thing about me in the universe is I never, ever wash my hands. And my girlfriend's always like, ugh. What if some guy just picked his nose? What if some guy just went to the bathroom, What if some guy just wiped his ass? And I'm like, hey, I'm that guy. I'll be fine. I'll leave you guys with this. Like I said, I am a Long Island guy. And there are a lot of really weird Long Island comedy shows out there, so it's really nice to be out here at Broadway Comedy Club. Round of applause for Broadway. Everybody happy to see you? I'm doing a show at a little bar, and I'm telling my jokes, something gross and disgusting, whatever. I'm telling my jokes, and all of a sudden, poof! Guy kicks open the door, and he goes, "Your mother's got a great ass!" And he's gone! I was like, oh my God, like that's really rude, right? That's really rude. But he tried to be a pro, he tried to keep going, so I'm telling my jokes, doing my thing. All of a sudden, boom! "Your mother's the best lady in town! Gone!" I'm like, oh man, what do I do? I can't let it happen again. If it happens again, I'm gonna have to say something. I got a joke, I got things, and all of a sudden, boom! Finally I said, "Hey, go home, Dad." Thank you, everybody. It's been great. Let's get your host Hugh back up here.